Wake Me Up After the Apocalypse by Evil Goo. Chapter 10. What You Can Do. Hey, I know you said you wanted to take care of getting your own things, but I have a big box of necessities over there, Nami said, indicating the corner of the community center as Usopp took a seat next to her at the table near the back of the room. Hygiene products, sheets, a pillow, things you'll probably want tonight. The space wasn't too big, not as huge and intimidating as Law's lab or the observation deck, and the tables were a mismatched amalgamation of long picnic tables, small cafe tables, and full round dining tables. It seemed very arbitrarily put together, which made him think this space probably once served another purpose. There was a counter bisecting the space from the kitchen, where a large man with a perpetual smile cooked while wearing dark sunglasses, indoors. His hair cut close to his head under his hairnet. There were trays set out, presumably for people to take, and at a prompt from Nami, he had taken one. The cook had greeted him as he did so, and vaguely remembering that he had met him once before, Usopp did his best to return the sentiment. It made him feel a little self-conscious, the way everyone's eyes followed him the moment he entered the door. It was quiet enough in the room that he had the feeling everyone had suddenly stopped talking as he came in. Normally, a dining room full of people would feel more welcoming, but Usopp had to acknowledge that they probably didn't get many strangers in these parts, since, it was in the clouds. And from what he gathered of Nami's insinuations, there were not many people alive and or awake below. He was glad Nami seemed to have thought ahead, choosing a table a bit away from the others to wait for him with her mystery box of junk. Thanks. She hit him in the arm, hard, after his tray was safely on the table. Ow! What the hell, Nami? Well, you don't seem at ease with me helping out, so I guess I need to counterbalance every generous act with pain. Is it helping? Feeling at ease yet, idiot? God, he really didn't want to tell her yes. No, you think I enjoy pain, you sadist? She grinned, taking a bite of her salad and seeming pretty pleased with herself. Less than a second later, her tone had changed sharply, eyes narrowing as a wrinkle-nosed expression of annoyance and wariness played over her face. Usopp followed her gaze. It was the face tattoo guy from earlier, practically beaming as he dutifully ignored the look Nami gave him, approaching their table with his tray. No, turn around, she declared loudly, indicating a circle with her finger in the air, followed directly by a swishing of hands. Nami-san, I just wanted to say hello to my good friend Sogeking. There's no room, Nosagi, take a hint. Nami's head fell to her hands as he sat at the same small table as them, dragging over a chair from another table. She groaned. He already bothered you, I take it. He asked for my autograph, Usopp replied, matter-of-factly, taking a big crunching bite of his salted corn. That's right, see? I'm being neighborly. I swear to God, don't go weird on me, Nosagi, she chided. And turning back to Usopp, she needlessly explained, he's a pirate fanboy, has about 100 wanted posters, which he saved and brought on board. What do normal people bring in their survival bags? Food, clothes, water? They're precious keepsakes, the man said defensively, a bit of a whine tilting the end of his sentence into a sound a dog makes when kicked. Get out of here. Not today. Go sit by Dion. Do I have to? I don't care where you sit, just not by us. Not until you calm down, otaku. She punctuated this statement with a sharp kick under the table, and it seemed the guy finally got the hint, picking up his tray and dodging a second attack aimed at his shin, screeching. Reminds me of Bartolomeo, Usopp began casually as the connection hit him, then abruptly cut himself off when he remembered. That wasn't real. Dressrosa never happened. Then why did it feel so ingrained in his memory? The struggle, the cowardice, the triumph, and the pain, so sharp and crystal clear. There was a loud clatter. Everyone's eyes were on the dropped tray. Everyone but Nusagi, whose eyes were glued resolutely to Usopp's face. "Damn it!" a middle-aged, dark-skinned woman with long black braids yelled from across the room. "You are eating all of that! Be more careful with our food supplies!" The man was clearly not listening. Ignoring the rest of the room, he returned to the straw hat table, risking the wrath of Nami as he whispered, "Bartolomeo?" "What are you?" Nami began, but she was immediately cut off as Nusagi grabbed Usopp's shoulders from across the table, getting closer than comfort allowed. "Bartolomeo of the Bardo Club?" "Yes, let go of me, strange, scary man." Nami reached up, grabbed the guy's ear, and pulled until he sat back down fully in his chair, letting Usopp go and having the decency to look a bit sheepish. "He was, my captain, I guess. Not that we were really a pirate crew. Not yet. We were a street gang, but we planned on going out to sea one day. He was the biggest Straw Hat fan. Got me into the fandom." Something was off about this situation, beyond the fact that it was just an absurd coincidence. Usopp couldn't put his finger on it, but he has spiky green hair and can throw up shields. "Yes!" Nusagi snapped his fingers, pointing. "Oh man, small world. I can't believe an actual Straw Hat pirate knew about my captain's existence. He would be so proud." Nami was staring at Usopp, calculating. She looked like she wanted to ask, but just shook her head. What a strange coincidence indeed. How could he have known about someone he'd never actually met? It didn't make sense. It was harder this time for Nami to chase the fan away, but once she did, she immediately whirled on Usopp, frowning. "We'll need to talk about that later," she muttered, thinking. Usopp nodded. He agreed. There was something strange going on. Hopefully between the two of them they could figure it out. Maybe they had at some point met Bartolomeo before Saboti and they just forgot. Or maybe this whole place really was just some kind of nightmare and he would wake up in Wano at any moment. "Hey, go figure. Frost Queen breaking men's hearts once again, eh, Nami?" An actual fishman that Usopp had not noticed earlier called, prompting the woman with braids to roll her eyes in an overly exaggerated manner. "I can break a lot more than hearts, Dion, if you keep pissing me off," she replied smoothly, shooting the other woman a conspiratorial look. "Is this the whole town?" Usopp asked, feeling oddly better about the room now that everyone was talking, the various outbursts leading to loud conversations all about the place. It seemed more human, people yelling at each other over dinner. "Almost. A couple scholars are eating at the observation deck, and good luck getting Law to eat with this crowd. He locks himself in his lab most of the time. Sometimes I eat there too, mostly to bug him. He'll be here for the town meeting, though. This may come as a shock, but you're the only subject on the docket." "Oh, really? I mean, I am incredibly interesting." Nami snorted. "You say that as a joke. These are people who haven't met anyone new in about 2 years, I think." So you don't normally rescue the people? The ones sleeping, I mean." Nami looked thoughtful, choosing her words. "Well, most of the time, it's too dangerous. Boyne had very little fully grown Redvine. An island with a high population tends to be full of it. Plus, there's the blue type. I'll tell you about that later. Just know that the vine has a way of fighting back. Plus, at the end of the day, we don't have the supplies to save everyone. I think Law has about 6 or 7 complete doses of Panacea as of now." "Well, then I guess thanks for using one on me." "I couldn't leave you down there," Nami replied, somber. "Maybe that's just me being selfish, because we quite literally do get to choose who lives and who continues to dream. But I know not a single person here would have argued about me using it on you. We all dream of finding our loved ones down there and freeing them. Everyone has someone somewhere they wish to find. Can you guess how many others have managed it? Usopp had a feeling he knew where she was going with that, and it was obviously a rhetorical question. She held up her hand to indicate 0 with a small shake of her head, shooting him a small smile. Well, guess we're both just incredibly lucky, huh? I basically stepped on the needle in the haystack, yeah. Now, we just need to apply that luck to finding the others. She frowned, pensive. She didn't believe they could do it. He'd show her. Even if it took another 4 years, they'd find a way. He's not joining expeditions, Nami casually dropped, ignoring the questioning look Usopp sent her. Well, Nami, I know he needs to get used to things around here, but what do you think, Usopp? What are your strengths? Zifa asked, which seemed like a casual way of reminding Nami that she was speaking for her friend, while he was perfectly capable of speaking for himself. This annoyed her. He still didn't know a lot about the ways the world had changed, and she felt personally responsible for him. He'd been awake less than a day. Let them put that argument on the back burner for later. It was also a selfish request. Now that she had found him, she didn't want to risk losing him. It'd be like losing her family, both on the Sunny and Kokoyashi, all over again. He was the only one she had from that golden time in her life, and if he got hurt on her watch, ha! Usopp cried, and Nami almost groaned into her palm when she recognized the very first intonations of an Usopp brag, when he would go off on a tangent about how great he was. This was usually a way to make himself feel big just when he was feeling at his most small, so she understood the urge. He was around a lot of new faces, new rules, and a very un-pirate-like landscape. What can't the great god Usopp do? I have a following of 8,000 men. I beat the, in this world, what was the last thing I actually beat one-on-one? Perona. Right. The unstoppable ghost girl Perona. I can shoot down anything from miles away. Wow, Nami, he sounds like he really does belong in expeditions. Yeah, Soge King, you tell him. Are you completely sure he doesn't have brain damage? Usopp, sit down, Nami commanded, crossing her arms in annoyance at the man standing on his actual chair next to her. Secretly, her heart was singing. This was the kind of ridiculous antic she had always hated, but secretly missed at the end of the day when she was left all alone. She viewed all of her past pet peeves with a kind of wistful sentimentality, but she certainly wasn't going to tell him that and have him think she was encouraging his stupidity. Tell them about everything else you did on the ship. The real stuff. The best things about him, not the lies. He looked annoyed, muttering, "You're always so bossy. You're not the captain." But ultimately obeyed, sitting with his legs crossed in the hardback chair and thinking. He began to list off on his fingers. I kept the Mary going for a while. At least in my heart, I'm pretty good at carpentry by now. Although that may have been a dream. I can fix basic household items. I can paint and draw, catch beetles, even better than a certain captain we could name. Fish, invent things. He made my climate act, Nami noted, and a few of the scholars bristled with recognition. They had not liked the idea of using weather knowledge as a weapon at first, but after the run-in with violent survivors on Sabodi, they were tentatively behind any weapons the community could gather to protect themselves. The members of her team looked suitably impressed. Yeah, though, I think it's due for an upgrade or two, huh, Nami? Perhaps it is, she agreed, grinning. I was thinking, we need someone on basic repairs. Nosagi, no offense, is not great at that, despite being assigned the task. Law's pretty handy in a pinch with his powers, but he has plenty of responsibilities already. The aforementioned doctor raised his head at this. Namiya is right. I'm close to discovering how to duplicate the flowers. I want to be able to mass produce the panacea. We've been hearing about that for over a year, Dion grumbled. Honestly, a devil fruit user as powerful as you should be on expeditions. That's not up for discussion today, I believe, Zephyr hummed, stroking his beard. The scholars tended to keep out of such conversations and debates until the very end of meetings. They were all so easygoing, and despite owning the island, they never seemed to disagree too heartily against the rest of the group's final decisions. They were, however, sticklers for the rules. Today's docket involved our newest resident. Let us stick to that. We're due for some high winds tonight. I would not like this meeting to go too much over the time allotment. Dion was quiet, but Law had his scary eyes fixated on the man, glaring in a way that could curdle milk. Nami, had she been sitting near the doctor, would probably have pinched him for throwing his weight around like that. Those eyes could kill. Then again, it was Dion. Might build some character. I could probably fix some stuff around the place, Usopp managed. I want to be useful, so yeah. But why not expeditions, Nami? What is expeditions, Nami? Ben laughed, throwing an arm around his wife. The most dangerous job around. There's always spots available. Oh, right. Cool. I agree with Nami, then. Usopp deadpanned, not needing to hear more. Nami's the team lead. Oi, hold on. The younger man swung his head around in a big, over-exaggerated motion to glare at her, and she pretended she didn't notice, studying her chipped nails. If Nami can handle it, I can too. You trying to show me up? Nami couldn't help but engage. Trying? Hey now, how many times have I saved your butt, he sputtered, only to be cut off by a hand raised in front of her face as she grinned. Yes, you're very impressive. I distracted Anel, I beat up Chew, I saved you from that creepy sexual harassment ghost. You mean the invisible man? Absa something? Once, I guess. Yeah, fair, I get it. You're a big, tough warrior. And the only thing that could get you to volunteer for something so horrible would be wounded pride. Still, I think you should wait until you get the hang of things around here. We've learned a lot about the Redvine over the years. There's a learning curve involved, and I don't want you getting hurt. You've been awake half a day. He crossed his arms, putting on his serious thinking face, eyes closed and head bowed. Fine. Repairs seem like a very manly and necessary job anyway. Definitely, Nami snickered. That seems settled. Can I put you down for a farming rotation too? Zifa asked, a little too enthusiastically. Even those who were not on her rotations tended to help out as often as possible, but she was always eager for more hands. Made sense if their food stores were getting low. Yeah, I can help, he replied readily. That's how Usopp always was, always eager to prove his worth. When Nami thought about it, he actually had a lot of responsibilities on the Sunny that he never even mentioned when he was counting off his accomplishments. He tended to take on cleaning duties more than the others, helped Sanji with dishes, deboned fish, yuck, loaded supplies with Franky. He was always doing something, hands always busy, unless he was fishing. Everybody's friend, checking in with nakama one by one as they sailed along, playing cards, telling stories, passing requests on to Chopper or Nami or Sanji for refills or additional allowances or snacks. She wanted to see him like that again, whether they found their crew or not. The people here were not nakama. They were not the same as what they lost. But she expected Usopp would find his way into all of their lives anyway. It was what he did. It was one of the things she loved most about him.